Film director Pedro Almodovar has become an essential voice for a Spanish generation in transition. He's director of some of the most controversial movie imports ever to enter this country, including Women on the Verge of a Nervous Breakdown and Tie Me Up, Tie Me Down. Now, Almodovar's new film, Kika, has been rated NC-17 and has an 8-minute rape scene that his advocates and detractors taking to the barricades. And he's here to talk about that and many other things, and I'm pleased to have him here. Welcome. Am I pronouncing the name of the film right? Kika? Kika?
No, Kika.
Kika.
Kika,
Okay,
yes.
Kika.
But you pronounce perfectly my name, which is very difficult.
Thank you. Tell me about Kika.
Mm-hmm.
Why? What is it that has made this? Why did you get an NC-17?
Well, I really would like also to know the reason. I really would like to be explained because nobody explained me why. Yeah. Well, this is we should ask to MPAA the reason why they want to protect the American audience facing this movie. I mean, for me, it's really, I mean, it's very strange because Kika is the same movie that released in Europe, in the whole Europe, with no problems at all. It seems to me that Kika becomes a different movie once releasing in United States. So this is, I mean, I can't understand it. Well, the MPAA say that is to sequence one of the rape scene.
MPA is Motion Picture Association of America.
Yes. And the rape scene and the love-making scene of Kika.
Too explicit. Is that what they said?
I mean, they didn't tell me anything.
Yeah. Now, are you going to change it? Are you going to edit it? Are you going to do something so that you don't have this rating?
No, not at all. One of the luxury, I mean, of the advantage of being foreign is that I don't cut anything. The film will release and rated, and absolutely with the whole integrity. It's curious because last week in Los Angeles, there was a symposium called International Rights Artists. And there were many important directors, also directors from Europe. And they were discussing about the integrity of movies facing the new technology advances. And I wrote a letter that Jacques Lang, the ex-minister of Culture of France, read there, that I was very concerned.
Lang is a minister, yeah, right.
Yeah, Jacques
Minister
Lang.
of Culture.
Yeah, that I was very concerned about the integrity of the movies when they are born, not in the future, I mean, when they release. And the movies has to be in the whole integrity when they are born. I mean, when the first day they release in every country. I mean, this is very outrageous for me.
Let me talk about the movie itself.
Yes.
It was spurred. The idea came to you from watching the William Kennedy Smith trial taking place in Florida on television.
Yeah.
Why was that a stimulus to a movie?
Well, the ideas come from everywhere, and at that moment they didn't exist, at least in Spain. The tabloid shows, what we call their reality shows. And then when I was promoting High Heels 2 years ago, and then I saw this and some other images, and I was very, very shocked because I mean, trials I think is something so private that it was amazing for me just to watch it on TV. And when they were talking about the rape of the girl, and we saw the girl on TV, I thought it was more humiliating than when I saw the panties of the girl in a close-up on TV. And well, that was one of the images that inspired me to create in this movie, in Kika, a tabloid called Today's Words. Is like a TV news specialized only in the more awful things that happen in Madrid. When I started shooting, it was a year ago, then this phenomenon arrived to Spain and with an incredible success. And now they dominate all the channels in Spain.
In Spain? Yeah. Dominate them?
Absolutely, yeah.
Tabloid?
Yeah.
Okay. Here is a clip from Kika. Take a look. As we were watching that, I asked you, in addition, what films you had watched. You said and enjoyed. You said Piano. Shortcuts was a special favorite. You liked Manhattan Murder Mystery, Woody Allen. Of who's influenced you most as a director, as a filmmaker?
There is a kind of holy trinity, as we said in the Catholic Church, composed by Luis Buñuel,
yes.
Hitchcock, and Billy Wilder, among others.
Right.
But I'm a very big admirer, or I don't know if it's the general screwball, this kind of type of American comedies of 30s, 40s, Preston Sturges, all that stuff that I admire very much. But these three directors, I think they are like my three masters.
Where did you grow up?
Well, I was born in a little village in La Mancha, and after I moved up I left my family just to do my life.
Yes.
I left Madrid when I was 16. And then when I arrived to Madrid, I wanted, since the very beginning, to become a director. And the
Why?
film, well, it's something that I didn't decide. I was born with that vocation. Yeah. Since the beginning, since I saw the first movie, I thought that I wanted to be involved in something like that. And then when I went to Madrid, I tried to study, but they were not film school. So I bought a Super 8mm camera, and I started making a lot of movies. And at the same time, I was working as office assistant in a telephone company. Like it was like a double life, but I need some money to live. So in the morning, there I was just typing, hanging telephone, and so on, and also writing the scripts in the office. And in the afternoon, then I became friends of the more wild people in Madrid, and we make movies in the afternoon and during the weekend. And that was how I learned what I
This
did.
is the 10th film.
Yeah, this is the 10th.
Are you at a turning point of any kind?
Turning point?
Well, a new direction. Where do you see the body of work going?
Yeah. Well, it seems every day seems to me a new day. And I like that sensation. And, every movie seems to me something completely new. I know that I'm very recognizable. I'm on the 10, but it's true that like 10th, is an amount that has a lot of meaning. Well, it seems to me that now I'm changing. I don't know in what direction, but but I got that feeling. But don't ask me where I'm going now.
How would you characterize your style? When you mention Shortcuts, you obviously like the kind of Robert Altman. And I assume you like the player as well.
Yeah. I like more Shortcuts. Shortcuts for me, in one hand, it's a wonderful script, very difficult to do, because, these are very different stories of Raymond Carver, mixed together in a wonderful way. And, really, Robert Altman, curiously, has a type of sense of humor, very Spanish, very dark.
Very Spanish.
Very Spanish, yes, very Spanish, very dark, and with a strong sense of criticism, social criticism, at the same time funny, and at the same time, awful in the sense that, what you see in Shortcuts sometimes is like a horror movie, but it's talking about just daily life in Los Angeles. What you asked me?
Well, I asked you what I was getting at was, have you
how describe my style?
Characterize your films. Wild.
This is very commonplaces. I'm very Baroque. The culture that I belong, the Spanish culture, is very Baroque. Yes. Very mixed, very eclectic. Spain is a country between two seas, the ocean and the Mediterranean Sea. From Africa to Europe, and many people cross over there, and we are the result of a lot of mixed culture, and this is obvious in my movies.
Do they have more of a European sensitivity than an American sensitivity?
In my movies, you see?
Yeah.
Well, my movies are Spanish and in any case very personal, because it doesn't mean that Spain is like that. Yeah. It comes from there. But I don't understand what you say about sensitivity.
Well, are the subject matter and the way you treat them, have more of a European feeling to it and spin to it than because you come from Spain?
Yeah. But also, Spain is something very special compared to the other countries. Spain, for example, is just the opposite what you can imagine to England, to Germany. We are close to Italy, but this is something very special in Europe. I don't know, we can't talk about an European sensibility. But what is true is that we work there in a different way and so on.
What would you do if a huge American film studio, whether it be Columbia or Warner's or Disney, would come to you and say, make any movie you want to, we'll fund it? What would you make?
Well, the next movie. No, they proposed me several things, but not like in that way you said. just do what you want. Nobody told me do what you want. And now the problem,
They
that
never do they?
no. I learn everything by myself, and I'm an artisan. Then I have control of everything, and it seems to me that now I'm in here with the American production system. I will not be able to have this kind of control.
Pedro Almodovar, thank you for coming. Pleasure to have you, Kika. Thank you for joining us this evening. Look forward to seeing you next time. Take care.